So my name is Ethan Mark, a 20-year sales veteran, if you will, in the medical sales industry. And I specifically sought out GovClose after really just doing some diligence online, coming across some of Rick's content and immediately consumed a lot of podcasts, YouTube videos, anything that I could find on the website. And I'd been searching for quite a while on something that would really move me, something I could invest in and wrap my arms around. That way I could create a business. And just after just a lot of research and really coming into contact with the GovClose, I felt immediately it was just a right fit for me. When I was able to enroll into the GovClose program, it just exceeded all my expectations and really has provided a lot of valuable learnings and insights that I would not have found on my own in my own research. I'm glad that I was able to move forward with this program.
How long did it take you to get through the certification?
So the certification took me maybe less than 45 days, somewhere around like the 30 or 45 day mark.
Mhm.
And really it was on my own terms. I probably could have went through it just a little bit faster, but I found it to be very straightforward, very intuitive. The content was phenomenal and it really was structured in a way that was easy to move forward in the time that I had available to consume it. And it was just amazing. Didn't take that long really at all.
What are some of the things that you saw in the program that stuck out?
I think that the insights and the learnings into how you go about building this sellable asset, which is a roadmap, which I thought was fantastic. Not only am I learning this new skill set of government contracting and how to find opportunities and navigate this complex information, but I was able to build an asset along the way that after that 45 days of me doing this GovClose program, I was able to build a roadmap that I'm able to use over and over again as I move forward in my own consulting business.
Okay, great. Let's talk about your government contracting sales knowledge prior and now. What would you say the difference is? Did you know anything about government contracting before you came into the program? How confident do you feel now that you've been through it?
Yeah, so my experience and knowledge of government contracting prior to coming into this GovClose course was zero. Obviously, I felt like that I'm a smart person. I have the ability to learn, but I knew nothing about this coming into this program. I've been in corporate America for 20 years, so it's just not something that I really had an understanding of. As a result of the GovClose program and 45 days of completing this training, I feel very confident in the skill set that I just had learned. And then I'm going to be able to put that into action moving forward. It's just amazing. If I go back in my mind and I think about what I was thinking in the initial stages of this was, man, I don't know, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I could not learn it, but you know, the staff, the people here just made it fantastic. It just created really just a great learning experience. It created an environment where, even if you didn't have that knowledge coming in, you're definitely going to get it on the back end. So I really appreciated it.
What was your objective? Why learn government contracting?
Yeah, I'm looking to create a consulting business to where I can leverage this specific skill set. I can be able to monetize that for the future. I want to be able to create my own business and potentially be able to break away from corporate America.
What did you learn about starting a consulting business, getting leads in this area? Is there any help there? Was it useful? Thoughts on that?
Yeah. So as a result of this, I have created my own consulting LLC. And what I appreciated about the lessons and the learnings in this program was that it was very specific into what you need to do from day one, and what you need to be thinking about in terms of creating this consultant business. And you provided the roadmap for it on what you would need to do. Someone in my shoes that had not done this, on what I would need to do it. And so as a result, I have created an LLC consulting business. And not only that, but in terms of understanding what my abilities are, in terms of what my offerings can be, how do I find leads? How do I do my own research? All that's laid out in the course and it's very straightforward. So versus coming out and just guessing on what I have to do, I know exactly what I need to do as a result of this course.
That's great. Um, how we talked about like focus areas and what you are going to be doing. Did you get any thoughts going through the course on what your niche or specialty might be?
Yeah, the niche process was very helpful. I come into this with over 20 years of sales experience
Yeah.
in medical sales. So I initially was thinking, okay, that's what I know. That's where I can niche at, really provide some benefit. after this training. And so really that helped me hone in to what my strengths were and to be able to leverage my prior experience and how I could use that experience with the learnings in the GovClose module to really to come out of the gate and be super focused into the type of consulting that I want to do. So it's very laid out, straightforward. The niche wasn't hard to come up with. And you and your team does a great job of really helping you identify your own personal strengths to be able to leverage that and align with the learnings in this module to come out and to specialize like I have.
What's interesting is a lot of the people coming into the program do have a background that has nothing to do with government contracting, but what they learn is that because the government buys so much in almost every like area and niche, that they can usually leverage what they already know combined with a little bit of government contracting know-how
Yeah.
and turn that into a very profitable and I would say value added consulting firm where they can work with companies and really drive results. Speaking of results, so what have you done so far? You mentioned starting your LLC. Would you say that's the biggest result that you've gotten so far from the program? Have you found any leads? Are you close to closing any contracts? What does the future look like for you there?
Yeah, I would say the future is very bright. Obviously, the first step is actually taking the action and creating the LLC. We've obviously collaborated on a project in which was a natural kind of transition because the things that I learned out of this program that I wanted to focus on, obviously the need was there. You had some opportunity that I could come in. Obviously, I've demonstrated some ability to be able to execute that skill set and that you trusted me enough to be able to take on this project. And I would not have been able to do it if I had not been a part of this program, right? And so there's a lot of confidence that I have, and I also know that if I'm in these projects and I'm working on something and I may reach a roadblock, I also have a support team that I'm able to reach back out to and say, "Hey, am I missing something here? Is there something that you guys could help me with?" So a lot of confidence that I have moving forward, just being a part of this GovClose program.
Look, the roadmap, which you've mentioned, which others have talked about, it's literally the number one thing that I've sold over the years, right? So we're teaching you once you get past the basics, you're diving right in the program, and you have to build in order to graduate. You have to build a roadmap. You have to be able to analyze a company's product or service against federal data and give them that step-by-step plan. So I know that you know how to do that because you had to do it and provide that to us in order to graduate. So yeah, I mean, it's a perfect fit. I mean, I think you could certainly have confidence now going out there because you've done it. Not only have you done it in the course, you've done it for an actual client through us. So I think that there's lots of your future's very bright as far as your consulting business is concerned. This isn't just a course where you click through the slides. This is a fully involved program where we have weekly coaching and direct access to me. What can you say about maybe the weekly coaching calls and the community of the program?
I really think that's the true value of this GovClose program is not only the content, which it's phenomenal. It's the best content that's out there, but the access to the group, the people that's participating in the GovClose program. It's just amazing environment to really enhance the learning that I wouldn't get, quite frankly, if I was just doing it on my own. The weekly calls just reinforced a lot of the things that I was consuming in the content, but also the ability to ask questions. And everyone had the ability to ask questions. And we were all at different milestones in our content, or maybe everyone had their own different paths. But there was a lot of learnings that I got that was outside of the content that I consumed by just listening to these calls and listening to people ask questions and the two-way back and forth between you and our learning group. There's a lot of valuable insights to that. And I always took copious amounts of notes after every one-on-one session. Also, the one-on-ones that and the access that we had to you, Rick, has been amazing. Obviously, you're the expert and the authority figure here. So having that access to you to just bounce a question off of, it just really ties this whole thing together. It just makes it just so valuable and to be able to help speed up any learning gaps that I did have. So it's just been from start to finish, it's just amazing. And I'm really also love the fact that this continues. So even though I finished the GovClose program in like 45 days, I still have access to the weekly learnings and the discussions and to this group for an extended amount of time. So I think that's very valuable.
Well, you guys are killing it. I love how you and a lot of the other students are communicating and graduates who wants to hire you. What are you best suited for? And yeah, let us know, some of the things that you could do for a company out there.
definitely with my background in medical sales, I think there's a natural fit there to be able to help small business companies who's looking to sell to the government for the first time, or some small business who have sold in the past and maybe is looking to grow their current business. Definitely, I am interested in business development, building roadmaps, identifying where the spend's at and who's spending, and really trying to help small business go through the process of competing for those contracts that they maybe normally just wouldn't even consider.
Sweet. Well, hey, Ethan, thanks for coming on and sharing here today. Very valuable for me, and but also for everyone watching here when if they're thinking about whether changing careers, starting a consulting business, getting a new job somewhere, or maybe just adding government contracting to a list of skill sets they already have. I think that you've offered a lot of what the program can bring to them. So thank
Yeah,
you.
my pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. I think I've got a lead for you, by the way. You jogged my memory as we were talking here. So
Fantastic.